Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Raqs Savoir-Faire. So, piggybacking off of last Tuesday when I was talking about having so many social media platforms that we have to babysit as belly dancers, I am sure beyond a shadow of a doubt that other communities have this issue as well. So I'm not trying to leave them out, right? Anybody that's in business for themselves or is a performer, basically, we're selling ourselves like a service. So you have to have that online presence. Belly dance, however, has kind of evolved into this amazing, diverse community of academia and research and connection and, this wonderful thing that has developed since COVID hit, which is trying to make sure that we are connecting across the globe, especially with source instructors, source dancers, making sure that we have that global network, which is fantastic. Honestly, it's fantastic. And I love it. It's one of my favorite things that has happened since COVID started. But, the downside of that, the shadow side, is that as an individual, it can feel like you are spending all of your time doing just content creation, that you're only making videos just to post, and then you're subjecting yourself to the whims of the internet. So one of the things that I spoke about last week was only focusing on the social media platforms that seem to be working for you, the ones that you can sustain, the ones that make sense for what you want to do. Like, for instance, and I'll use myself as a perfect example, I don't particularly like making videos of myself doing practice or trying to make funny, comical videos where I'm spending an hour just trying to edit a TikTok. That drives me to drink. I can't, it makes me insane. TikTok especially, I had to buy my former 16-year-old coworker lunch so that she could give me the tutorial on how to use it when it first came out, because I could not figure it out. Okay. So in that instance, making all of my content about practice tutorials or how to do a figure eight or trying to do trendy humor videos is not going to work for me, not because I suck at it, but because I'm not going to want to do it. If I'm grinding my gears trying to force myself to do it, that's like being on a diet I don't want to be on, or having to go visit people that I don't actually like, wearing clothes that don't fit me. It's the same idea. Why would you make yourself do that? So instead, look at what you really do like. Maybe you love having professional photos done. Maybe you love showcasing your costumes. Maybe you prefer to edit down and just use clips of your professional shows. Somebody can go with you to take videos, or the ones that we get from festivals or competitions, to use that as promotional material. There's nothing wrong with that. Why would there be? And if you're more likely to do it, meaning it actually gets done, meaning something actually gets posted, that is a lot better than A, nothing, B, something that isn't done very well or isn't really producing the effect that you want it to because you don't actually want to do it. Right? So here's another example. Let's say you're not trying to be a coach or a teacher. You're not trying to do educational posts, how to do a figure eight. My clients, XYZ. We've seen a lot of those posts of, entrepreneurial entrepreneurial coaches or teachers that present their posts in an educational light. They're trying to share wisdom or share a tutorial in order to sell classes or coaching. If you're not doing that, then maybe something like Threads is not going to make the most sense for you because you're not sharing thoughts in that way. If your business, quote unquote, is strictly you gigging, then show more of you gigging. You don't have to create content where it doesn't exist, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like there's a lot of pressure lately about how to try to get more traffic, try to get more views, how to affect the algorithm by literally doing everything possible. I am here to tell you from personal experience, you will be exhausted. You will be exhausted and you may not see the results that you really want to after all of that hard work. The number one rule of advertising and marketing is that you want to angle everything that you do towards what you actually are trying to convey, meaning what you actually do, and who your actual audience is. If you're not a teacher or a coach, you are not marketing to potential students. If you are not a primarily gigging belly dancer, you are not necessarily marketing towards people that are going to hire you for private events or parties or their restaurant. If you are a researcher, you spend a lot of your time giving workshops on history or doing independent research, or you're writing about the topic, you're making presentations, your audience, your content should and will be different than those other categories. So, to sum it up here, you want to make sure that your time is being well spent. Don't spin your wheels trying to do every little thing that will absolutely put you into burnout. Instead, angle it towards, I'm going to spend 20 to 30 minutes just doing this platform with this content. Maybe after a while, you add another platform. Maybe after a while, you decide if you want to add another platform. And by the way, one of my biggest pieces of advice when it comes to social media marketing is that a lot of these platforms do chain to each other. And by that, I mean, when you go to post, it'll give you the option to cross post, as it's called, if you're brand new to this whole thing, to other platforms. So for example, I love Instagram. That's the one that I'm on the most. It's the one that I enjoy being on the most because I'm more image oriented and my content is more photo and video oriented. So it makes sense, ergo, to my point, that when I post, it also posts to whatever else I want it to go to, like my Facebook page, for example. You could also have it post to Twitter, Tumblr, I think a couple others, but Facebook and Instagram are my mains. That way, I'm not having to sit there making different content for every single thing, but I'm also only logging into the app, the platform that I actually care about. I'm not logging into all of them on a daily basis. I guarantee you, if I were to do that, I would have no time to dance. I really wouldn't have time for anything. This is why being a social media manager can and is a full-time job. But if you are doing it on your own, like I do, like so many of us do, or you're trying to get started in that, stick with logging into one. Make the content that makes sense only for you to the people that you're actually trying to get in front of. Stick with things that you're going to actually stick with. You're going to actually do. It's not valid if you don't end up doing it because you hate it. And have it cross post to other things so that it's doing more work for you.